Trippie Redd officially sells 59,000 copies first week with his new album Musik, and there are some things to talk about here. The main comment I see people making about this album is that these sales are a flop. While I think it is unreasonable to call it a flop, there is a small truth there when you take a few things into factor. First, I want to say that selling 59,000 as an artist should not be considered a flop. I have covered the new album sales rule from 2022, which narrows in on single user sales, specifically limiting digital sales to 1 sale per listener and limiting 4 physical copy sales per listener. Before, if someone was streaming an album heavy, adding up to 2 or 3 digital first week sales, those would count. Now anything after 1 digital sale does not count. Same can be said for physical copies. From that rule alone, it has heavily decreased the amount of first week sales numbers we have seen across all artists. However, I don't want to use that as an excuse for Trippie. I will provide reasons why his album sold less due to his own work, but I think it is a piece of information that people do not know about when looking at newer first week sales. If an artist can sell 59,000 in the first week, those numbers still are impressive. It also may depend on the artist too. If let's say Kendrick Lamar sold 59,000 after his 5-year hiatus, yeah, that would be a different scenario. However, Trippie Redd's highest first week sales were 104,000 with his mixtape from 2019, A Love Letter to You 4. Speaking about that, it should be noted that his 2019 mixtape, A Love Letter to You 4, was the peak of his first week sales. The 2 projects he has released since then, October 2020's Pegasus and August 2021's Trip at Night, both saw decreases of over 20,000 sales minimum first week. So really, this new release is in trend with the decreases he has seen after his 2019 peak. That may be because Trippie was still a newer artist back before 2019 and people were still discovering him. However, it seemed like he had built a pretty solid fan base from his unique style. On that note, we should look at the album itself. The first thing people really saw about this album was the feature list. Almost every song had a feature from a popping artist in the industry, which makes people think that would mean higher first week sales. While features don't equal sales, with the names on the album, they expected more. Honestly, the large feature list may have hurt him. It may have been better to have select features to enhance the album than poor features just for the name. When you look at the overall reception of the album, fans seem to be disappointed with not only the features quality of the album, but how that also impacted Trippie's quality. Yes, it is really cool to see all these major artists coming together on one album, but if the quality is not there, it does not matter. Take Lil Baby's feature on Fully Loaded for example. Lil Baby is at the very top of the game right now. You would think his feature would help, but with a bad feature, it turns people away from the song and possibly the album. That is just one example. Of course, there were still some good features, but when you look at the overall poor reception, things like this need to be talked about. Also, it should be noted there weren't any major hits from this album like Trippie has used in the past to really promote it, but that is not the main reason for these first week sales. Overall, when talking about Trippie Redd's first week sales for Musik, I wouldn't necessarily call it a flop. 59,000 first week is still really good numbers in 2023, but there are larger issues at play. With complaints from fans about too many low quality features, I personally think a more focused feature list with a better display of Trippie as the main subject would have resonated more. What do I know about that though? I could be wrong, but still over the past few years there has been a decline in his first week sales since 2019 that can be easily seen by the numbers. Musik falls right in line with that decrease. Going forward, Trippie Redd will be more than fine. He is young with lots of potential left in the tank. He still does have a dedicated fan base for him and his sound that seems to follow him throughout anything, which is extremely important for an artist's longevity. Trippie Redd is not going anywhere. Diving deep into his album sales for Musik provides a greater look into the state of the music industry right now. What are your thoughts on Trippie Redd's album? Did you enjoy it? Are you surprised by the first week sales? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.